Right now we are in Georgia and there is a thunderstorm out. We are waiting to cycle into the Caucasus Mountains. Yeah, let's see if we have luck tomorrow. But now let's talk about bikepacking tips for cycling in Turkey. I have 4 categories and let's go through them. You have several options to sleep. Of course, wild camping is the first choice if you find a nice place and so on. But as you can see, as you can see, the weather is not always nice, and maybe you want to take a warm shower. And here we go. Warmshowers.org. You can sign up, and there are plenty of people who are hosting, and you can get in contact with the locals and of course take a warm shower. We had nice experiences and learned a lot through warm showers about Turkish culture. So that's always our first choice and is highly recommended. Then you have hotels.com. It's without the H at the beginning and with the Z, hotels. It's an app. A general tip, I wouldn't recommend to book in the app. Rather than to go there directly and ask if there's a room free. Most hotel owners most hotel owners are happy because they don't have to pay fees to the platform. Another tip is, of course, booking.com, but in Turkey it's tricky because the website is closed. You cannot just browse to booking.com, but you can of course use a VPN app, then it's possible. Another secret tip is to ask for the muhtar. He's like the governor of a small city. In big cities I don't think there is a muhtar anymore, because muhtars, it's an old idea from the Ottoman Empire to host people in need and to give them shelter. Most of the time it's near a mosque, and there you can ask for accommodation and they will help you. You can also search for a mezquit. A mezquit is a small mosque, like a chapel, and there are 2 rooms for praying, for women and for men. And but I would only use this as last choice if you are really in an emergency, and you could stay in the women's mezquit because it's not frequently used, especially during the night. Yeah. You can go to a Turkish bazaar. The prices are a lot cheaper, especially for vegetables, but there is everything. You can get sweets, you can get clothing, and most of the time the price is cheaper than in the supermarket. Water is in Turkey is no problem. You can get water everywhere. Like, I think every 5 kilometers there is a source, and we never paid for water. And in emergency you can always ask people, and they are free to give water, no problem. If you want to receive a package from outside, you gotta be prepared, because it takes a long time from the government side. We had a package waiting in Istanbul roughly 3 weeks, and yeah, the government is slow, and yeah, I would think twice for a package. Of course, we have to talk about the inflation in Turkey. When we entered Turkey in the beginning of April, 1 euro was 15 Turkish liras, and when we left the country 2 months later, it was 17 liras. So the inflation is very high. The people don't save money, because a month later it's worth less and less and less. So it's difficult. But for us, if you come from America, like US dollar, euros, the strong money is, yeah, we are lucky. We can get a lot from our money. Unfortunately for the Turkish people, yeah. The people in Turkey are very nice. They have great hospitality. We got a lot of street invites. We got a lot of gifts. Chai was always the first. Yeah, you are tempted to give them something back, like maybe money, but I wouldn't do it, because it's a sign of disrespect for them if you give them money, because they gifted you something and you give them money back. That's a disrespect, and they don't take the money usually. So yeah, just receive the gift and promise yourself that you will gift someone else in some other country, in some other need, something back. That's the best way to approach it, because money, they don't take the money, and they yeah, it's a sign of disrespect. You can download the Google Translate app, of course, and there you can save the Turkish language offline. We used it a lot of times, and there were a few times where we only would discuss via smartphone. So I would tip something and show it to him, and he would tip something and show it to me, and so on. So there was no spoken word, but it's really helpful if they don't speak any English, because most Turkish people don't speak English very well. Yeah, that's helpful. A few words to know. Merhaba means hello. Güle güle means goodbye. Teşekkürler means thank you. Günaydın means good morning. İyi geceler means good night. And very important word, ben doydum, means I'm full of eating, because Turkish people, they eat very well, and they want you to eat very well. So yeah, you gotta be careful. Ben doydum. And another tip is to take your shoes off when you go to a home. They are very clean people, and yeah, not taking your shoes off in their home is also a sign of disrespect. Um, they have usually they have many carpets in their home, and when you enter with your dirty shoes, yeah. Turkey has developed a bus infrastructure. Train not so much, but with the bus you can get anywhere, especially to the big cities and big destinations. Ankara, Istanbul, Cappadocia, Pamukkale. Yeah, but with the bike you gotta be careful because we heard some stories that bus drivers are taking your bike and throw it in the storage space, and then the bus makes a stop in the next city and the luggage comes on top of it, and yeah, there is damage potential. So we didn't take the bus. We hitchhiked, which is in our opinion a better option. Yeah. Here's the map of Turkey, and the red line is the route we took so far. We started here in Rhodos, Greece, and entered Turkey by ferry to Fethiye. Nice places in Turkey. I think a special place are in general these Taurus mountains. They swipe over Antalya, and then here they take a little break, and then they move on. There is a guy called Ryan Wilson. His Instagram handle is rmdub, I believe, and he developed some nice routes and puts them on his Ride with GPS account. He starts from Antalya and goes through these mountains. Yeah, it's worth a visit, definitely. And then of course you have here in Denizli, nearby Denizli, you have Pamukkale, also worth a visit, very beautiful area. And yeah, here we cross the Taurus mountains. There's also a video up there from this part. Then you have here between Konya and Aksaray, this whole region is very hot and dry, I would say, and is a high plateau above 1,000 meters constantly. And here you have the second largest salt lake in the world, Tuzgölü, also very beautiful, worth a visit. And then of course you have Cappadocia. It's this green area here. It's actually pretty big. I heard it's like 100 square kilometers. Yeah, I would recommend to camp over some of these ridges here, because the balloon takeoff is here in this region, and then in the morning the sun goes up in the east, and then you have the balloons between you and the sun. And then of course you have the highest mountain in Turkey, which is located in the very east, the Ararat. I think they call it Ari Dai, and it's above 5,000 meters high. A lonely standing mountain, so should be very beautiful from the outside. We didn't visit this mountain because of time issues. What else is to say? Here, this region, Gaziantep, Şanlıurfa, is very has very rich culture and history, and the Turkish people, they eat very well. They have really good food, but they said in Gaziantep, in this region, there is the best food. I can't imagine, because the food in Turkey was so good. How can it be better? But yeah, here is very good food. Shandiofa, the city of prophets. I think Abraham was born there. And then you have the green and very humid northeast, where all the tea plantations are. Turkish people love tea, and they drink a lot of tea. And here in this region, it's planted. It starts roughly from Trabzon, and when you drive this road, you can see the tea plantations on the mountain ridges. Quick notice to this street: I would not, I would not recommend this street because it's very busy. A lot of trucks. It's the only road because you're tied up between the mountains and the sea, and yeah, we took the road because of time issues. But again, you can create some beautiful routes here. For example, starting from Trabzon and then going here to Erzincan, which is also rich of history. Here Erzurum, and then going back to Rize, or even doing here a little loop. Yeah, Turkey is. I think Turkey is highly underrated. It's a great country to bikepack in general, because the people are very nice. You have water everywhere. Wild camping is no problem, and yeah, great food of course. And again, huge mountains, huge mountain ranges, and different landscapes. Here in the middle you have the dry area, here you have the very humid area, here you have the I would say Caribbean area, almost very hot in here, and here you have the historical area. And of course, if you like big cities, Istanbul, Izmir, Antalya. Yeah, we didn't visit the cities, but yeah, feel free to do so. You can again reach the cities from everywhere with the bus. So it's a good country.